Hi there, Aries. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for November. If your focus is on worldly success, business, and transforming your resources into something bigger and better, from the 4th of this month through to the 10th, the Sun forges a really excellent link to the planet of transformation, which is Pluto. This is going to require you to really commit all of yourself to the process, and some changes outside of your situation can be very helpful to you. If that's not really your focus at all, there can be some changes going on deep within you in terms of your role in life and how you link to others. The Sun starts this month in a very deep and passionate part of your horoscope, so your commitments to other people are a big part of what's going to be coming to the fore. But there's also some lighter and frothier influences in the first week of this month, as Venus and Uranus are sparking off each other in a powerful way, which could bring some surprises about around your romantic situation, especially in a long-standing tie that may have become just a little bit too cosy and predictable. Perhaps it needs a bit of an edge or a little bit more spontaneity. If you're footloose and fancy-free, you may find yourself with a compulsion to get closer to someone. And this particular influence between Venus and Uranus can really give you that desire to move out of your comfort zone and be a bit more daring-do in your approach. But there is a quarter moon which occurs on the 7th, and this is going to be influencing the part of your scope that's to do with your friendships. And friendships and business may not mesh together particularly well this month. Perhaps it's the fact that your ruler Mars is going to be moving on the 9th and is going to spend 6 weeks in the most friendly part of your scope. But there is this kind of focus on the other side of your situation, which is more about possessions and jealousy and intensity. And maybe it's in yourself that you need to reconcile that some of these emotions, these more negative emotions, are actually in action, and they can be brought to the fore, especially around group involvements in the following week. But beautifully, Venus is also going to be moving this month, but it moves into a very prominent part of your situation, which is to do with how you're viewed by people that you encounter in the world. A touch of graciousness and charm can take you far, but Mercury moves into a brilliant part of your situation mid-month, and this is encouraging you to really be much more investigative and checking out new opportunities. However, there is a full moon at the heart of this month, which asks you to balance carefully your resources and the ins and outs of your cash management, and to think about what you're spending in the here and now, and if you could be a little bit more disciplined in terms of how you augment your security in the future. There may be a conversation you have to have about joint finances, but with Mars in a very rebellious part of your situation potentially, where you want to demonstrate your individuality more. Great for your social life if you're meeting anyone where there are no politics and you just want to go out and have fun. But I think where you are involved in a deeper relationship, the more independent side of your nature could make you a bit more detached when a partner wants you to really bond in and listen to what they have to say. And that's something that could provide a bit of a challenge. But then Jupiter, which is in your sector of relating, wonderful Jupiter, warm, expansive, and potentially fortunate, itself is forging an amazing link to Venus in week 3 of this month. And this could bring someone into your orbit who really does take your breath away and excites you. But also in week 3, Venus then goes alongside the tiny but potent energies of Pluto. And it suggests that certainly in a professional or business situation, someone could offer you an opportunity which on the face of it seems very attractive, and it could well be, but just check that there are no hidden traps or expectations or hidden clauses or undercurrents in this. Someone could be expecting quite a lot from you, and you just need to be conscious of that. With the sun bursting on the 22nd into your sister fire sign of Sagittarius, there is a sense of things opening out for you. But there is also a square that comes on the back of the new moon, which ordinarily on the 29th would be wonderful for travel plans, higher education, and just making your life that much more freer and spontaneous. But this is squaring up with the dreamy influence of Neptune. And of course, Neptune had been a very difficult influence in the middle of May to the middle of October. And also Venus is going to be squaring up Neptune at the end of this month. And I think the cautionary tale here is that when it comes to anyone's promises or even your own commitments to situations, try to under-promise and over-deliver, and scrutinise carefully where people are coming from, because there could be some hidden agendas floating around in the back end of this month, and also there could be a tendency for things to seem much larger than they really are and really get inside your sort of consciousness. However, this is a month generally when I do feel there can be some real sparkle, but some real intensity too. But if you are getting into the seasonal mix when it comes to Christmas and are invited to any parties, the fact that Mars is moving through a very active and sociable part of your scope from the 9th is definitely a real slice of good news. Good luck. Thank you for joining me, and goodbye.